You may or may not be doing cardio as part of your training routine. I myself released a video discussing cardio, breaking it down, how to do it, when to do it. That video was released maybe just a week or two ago. Now, Greg Doucette has come out with a video which he's calling his cardio masterclass. We're going to watch his video and we're going to share our reactions and our insights as we go. Let's do it.
And in case this is your first video, I do know a lot about cardio. I did triathlons for 13 years. I have a master's degree in kinesiology. I'm also racing bikes and I'm a professional bodybuilder. And so if you want to learn how to do cardio, maintain, build muscle, this is the video for you.
He's flexing on us.
Coach Greg, in today's video, it's all about cardio. We're calling it a cardio masterclass. I asked my subscribers, what questions do you have for me? What do you want me to answer in a video? And the number one most liked question was cardio masterclass. And first question is, how much is too much? And to answer that, as you know, obviously it's going to vary from person to person. But the easiest way to answer that is, as long as you're not getting sore, you're not doing too much cardio. If you are getting sore, you're doing too much. And so think of it. If you've never done cardio before and you go for a 20-minute jog, you're probably going to be aching in your legs for days. But if you're doing triathlons, running 30 minutes a day, it's going to be easy. And so it's not too much. And so use muscle soreness as your guide for both the intensity and durations of your workouts. If you get up and you're sore, you did too much. If you get up and you feel great, you feel as if you didn't even do it the day before, you're doing fine.
That's a great way to put it. I have nothing to add there.
Losing gains and the effect on muscle. If you're not doing cardio because you think you're going to lose all your muscle, get that out of your head. The minimum amount of cardio recommended is 150 minutes of zone 2 or moderately paced cardio per week. Doing that amount of cardio, it's not going to diminish your gains and in fact could improve them. Think of it. If you're in shape, you're going to recover better between sets, have more stamina, and you can handle a harder workout. If you're losing gains, it's simply because you're doing too much or you're going too hard. Remember, if cardio is making you sore, it's going to diminish your ability to train hard with weights and of course will impact your gains.
That's a big one because you hear it all the time. People avoid doing cardio, especially if they're trying to bulk, because they think that it ruins your gains. Now, cardio does burn calories. So if you're trying to bulk and you're a hard gainer, then doing cardio will make things more difficult for you because you will have to eat more food. But Greg makes a great point as to how it can actually help you, because when you're in better shape, you can recover better in between sets and you can push yourself harder in your workouts. So there's a point to be made about that as well. In general, overall, I think everybody should be doing some type of cardio, whether you're cutting, whether you're bulking, you should do some cardio. I think it's good to just live a healthy lifestyle.
So when should you do cardio? Well, if your goal is primarily to build muscle, it's better to do your cardio after lifting weights and or 8 to 12 hours apart. And so you could separate your cardio from your weights workout. But going to the gym twice a day, that oftentimes is too much for most people. And so in reality, it's okay to do your cardio whenever you want. If your priority is cardio like me, I in fact do my cardio before lifting weights. And yes, I am a professional bodybuilder, but I care more about cardio than I do weights. And so when I go to the gym to lift weights, I do my cardio 30 to 60 minutes before I lift weights. If you're not used to it and you do cardio before lifting weights, you're probably going to be tired. You won't be able to train as hard. And so for the majority of you, I suggest you do your cardio following your weights workout.
I agree as well. I'm not sure why Greg does his cardio before he works out. I guess he said it himself. He is more focused on his cardio, but I recommend doing your cardio either immediately after your workout session or in a completely separate session. If I had it my way, I would do my cardio first thing in the morning fasted. I like to get up. I like to get active in the morning. There's some studies that show fasted cardio has benefits over doing it not fasted. You can do the research there for yourself. But I would like to do my cardio fasted first thing in the morning and then work out maybe 8 hours later towards the afternoon. That's how I would do it.
Which And so what kind of cardio should you do? Well, the number one recommendation I can make is the one that you enjoy the most. If you like and or better yet love the cardio you're doing, you're going to be more likely to keep going. But in choosing your cardio, if you want to retain the most amount of muscle, do the ones that offer the least weight-bearing impact on your body. For example, if you go for a run or you're skipping, all that jumping around, it's going to be very hard on your muscles. Anything that has a great eccentric load on the muscle is going to cause more muscle damage, make it harder to recover from. And so for me, the best form of cardio is the bike, not a lot of impact. It's not hard on my joints. I can do it for a long period of time without getting sore. The worst, absolutely jogging. If I were to make another recommendation, rather than jogging, I would say ramp up that incline, perhaps 15 or even 30 degrees, and simply walk. A lot less impact, going to make it a lot easier on your muscles, easier to recover from. Things like the elliptical, the stairs, or perhaps even swimming at a slow pace. And so for me, those are excellent forms of cardio to help you to build muscle and not lose your gains.
He gives some great options there. I like to swim whenever the weather is nice. I like to get outside and swim. I like to walk. I think walking is highly underrated, and Greg would most likely agree. Walking in general is highly underrated for fat loss. You can set up the incline. I don't like to go too crazy with my incline, but you can set it up on an incline as well, so you burn more calories that way. And the bike is also a great low impact option as well, which Greg says it's his favorite. I used to do a lot of Stairmaster. Now I just like a light incline and a walk.
What should your cardio split look like? Well, for the average person, I don't think you need to be in the gym more than 3 or 4 times a week in lifting weights. For myself, I'm only lifting weights about 3 times a week at most. And so an amazing cardio split I would recommend is to do your weights on one day and your cardio on the next. Just think about it. You can go to the gym, lift weights. The next day, you could go for a walk. You could go on the treadmill, bike ride, and so on. And if you want to step up your cardio even more, you can do as I do, which is to do cardio on the same days your weights as well. Diet habits to improve cardio. Okay, that is a loaded question. I could do an entire video on this alone. But remember this. You need to fuel yourself with enough energy in order to perform your cardio. If you're not eating enough to fuel your workouts, you're not going to be able to perform cardio at your optimal pace. When I get too lean, for example, anything below about 8% body fat, I don't have the energy to perform optimally. I get tired, I gas out, I simply don't have the energy. And so I eat enough to fuel my workouts, but I don't eat so much that I increase body fat. And if you want to be the best at cardio, it's very important not to weigh too much. And yes, I preach 15% body fat for most people, but for me, because I'm a cardio athlete, the lighter I am, the faster I'm going to go. Just think about it. When you're riding a bike up a hill and you're 200 pounds versus 150 pounds, the lighter rider has it a lot easier. You don't have to carry as much weight. So for me, the goal is to not have excess body fat so that I can race faster than last time. And so I'd suggest a balanced diet from all food groups and to eat approximately 5 meals a day. If you are in fact doing your cardio for more than an hour, it's important to fuel yourself before, during, and after your workouts. But if your cardio is only, for example, 30 minutes, it's not enough to burn enough calories to affect your workouts, and so please just continue to do as you're doing.
I also would like to note that once you get to a certain level of being lean, your cardio is going to increase your appetite. Your cardio is going to increase your cravings, and that's another reason why you should stick to a low impact type of cardio, and also make sure you're not doing too much, because if you're doing too much, if you're doing anything too high intensity, it's going to derail your diet and your mindset as well, because it's really going to start to affect you energetically and mentally.
GO2 max effects. As you know, I've been taking GO2 max during my cardio, and it's made an amazing difference. The main ingredient, NMN, shown in double-blind, placebo-controlled human studies to have a huge impact on improving your cardio. You literally will have more energy, you can go at a faster pace, and for longer. This supplement, the number one supplement.
We're going to skip this part.
Why is cardio good for everyone of every age group? No matter how young you are or how old you are, the heart is the most important muscle in the human body. Doing cardio not only helps your aesthetics, it helps you to stay lean by lowering your genetic set point, as in if you do cardio, your body wants to store less body fat. It's literally a survival mechanism. Think of it, if you're going for long walks every single day, the body understands you need to be lighter. And so it decreases hunger signaling in comparison to your body weight. And so overall, you're going to lose weight. You're going to be leaner. But on top of that, there's a host of other benefits. Mental, physical, allows you to live longer. And so just think of it. Doing cardio improves the quantity and quality of your life. And so everyone should be doing 150 minutes of cardio a week. Best sports as a form of cardio? Well, obviously the endurance sports. Running, swimming, cycling, marathons, high rocks, anything that requires you moving your body for an extended period of time during the activity. The more you have to move, the more you rely on your heart to pump blood, the more calories you're going to burn. Cautions to keep in mind for cardio. For me, that would be overuse injuries. If you do too much cardio, the same thing day after day, for example, running, eventually you may have an overuse injury. It's wear and tear on a certain muscle or joint. You might get sore knees, hips, shin splints, or perhaps rotator cuff injuries if you're swimming. And so please be cautious if you're doing the same thing over and over again. If you see an injury creeping up, well, go and see your doctor. Tips to keep in mind for cardio. The main tip I want you to remember is to progressive overload your cardio. So many people, they start a new weight loss diet and they get right into it, going harder than last time. You need to go in slow. Take your time. When I first took up bike riding, I hadn't done it in 20 years. I went for a 15-minute slow bike ride. And even doing that, I was sore. I felt tired. If I'd gone in the first day and done an hour, imagine the soreness I would have developed. Would have made it harder to build muscle. Perhaps I would have hated it. I said, I can't do this every day. But by starting at only 15 minutes and going slow, I gradually over time increase the intensity and increase the time. When I go now, I can easily ride harder than last time for an hour, sometimes even 2 hours. And I don't even get sore. I feel good. And I've progressive overload slowly over the years. And now I'm very fit. I'm able to burn over 1,000 calories in an hour. And so just think of how easy it is for me to maintain my weight when I'm burning that many calories. I could quite literally eat anything I want and never become overweight.
That's interesting. We always talk about progressive overload for your weights and your weight training. We don't talk about it for cardio, but Greg makes it clear that we still have to progressive overload for our cardio as well in order to see the progress in a steady and sustainable way, as opposed to throwing yourself right into the fire right off the bat. I had a client once who started doing cardio, and we put him on the Stairmaster, and same thing. We did progressive overload because he wasn't able to do the entire session right away. He wasn't able to do the whole 30 minutes on the Stairmaster at the intensity that I gave him. And so we just started small steps at a time, and then sooner rather than later, he was able to complete the full session. So goes to show progressive overload applies to more than just your weights.
Cardio benefits for weight loss. Well, I just said it. You're burning a lot of calories. You can eat more food. Much easier to maintain or lose weight. Cardio benefits to stay lean. Well, when you do a lot of cardio, it lowers your set point. I have less ghrelin release, less hunger hormones, and so I'm not as starving. And when I bike really hard, I literally have a decreased appetite. When I'm done my ride, I don't even want to eat. My hunger hormones are suppressed. I feel good. And so it's very easy for me to maintain a lean physique. Cardio benefits for a growing teenager. I mean, frankly, they're the same for everyone. I don't care if you're a child, teenager, or an elderly person. The same cardio benefits apply to all. Cardio effects on testosterone. If you're just doing 150 minutes of cardio a week at moderate pace, it's going to have no effect. You're good. Don't worry about it. However, if you are an elite athlete, perhaps training for Ironmans, marathons, and so on, doing hard, long duration cardio can in fact decrease your testosterone. For the most part, people at the elite level competing in marathons, the Tour de France, triathlons, and so on, they have decreased testosterone levels. The body simply can't handle that much training. But these athletes are doing upwards of 20 hours of cardio a week. And so for the average person, you don't need to worry. However, if you're doing multiple hours of cardio a week, you may in fact benefit from G-test or 3-test. These are natural test boosters that have been shown to increase testosterone.
He's slick with it. What can I say? I got to give it to him, but we are most definitely skipping this part.
Cardio effect on other things in life. Well, unless you're going for hours and hours and you have no time to spend with your loved ones, your friends and family, I don't see any negative side effect. For me, I only see the positives. If I'm having a bad day and I'm stressed out and I go ride the bike, I feel so much better. And that feeling, it carries with me, whether it's at the evening, the next day, and so on. And so being healthy, doing cardio, the feelings, the endorphins you get from it, for me, it's 100% something I never want to lose in my life.
That runner's high is real.
Cardio pace. You only have to do steady state cardio. I know a lot of people are bragging, HIIT cardio is the way to go. HIIT cardio burns so many more calories. It really doesn't. Steady state cardio not only going to burn more calories overall than HIIT cardio, it's easier to recover from. And so if you're doing HIIT cardio and lifting weights at the same time, very hard to recover from both. My suggestion, especially if you're just starting, do zone 2 cardio. It's not super slow. It's not going for a walk with your grandma Josephine, but it's a moderate pace. And so my recommendation, please just do regular cardio at a comfortable pace for you.
I agree. I think HIIT is kind of overrated. I like my slow and steady cardio. Sometimes that's just walking.
Maintaining both weightlifting and cardio, my simple advice is don't bite more than you can chew. Only commit to the amount you can handle. If you want to lift weights twice a week, your entire body, and do cardio on the others, that is more than enough. Studies show to build muscle optimally, you only need to hit each body part twice a week. And so if you're going for a full body workout twice a week and doing cardio on the other days, that's plenty. But if you don't have time and you could only do one or the other, and you had to pick one, I would suggest cardio. Cardio more important in weightlifting. The number one predictor of longevity, as in living a long and healthy life, is in fact cardio. It's not how big and how strong you are. And so if you already lift weights, you have a ton of muscle, you're a bodybuilder, you've got the aesthetics, why not focus now on cardio? You've got plenty of muscle. Cardio, much more important. And if you want to spend the most time here on this earth alive, please add cardio to your regimen.
Hey, everyone's goals are different. Some people want to live long lives. Others want to live aesthetic lives. It is what it is, Greg.
And last question, it's not a question, it says, love you, Coach Greg. Thank you. Hopefully this answers your questions. Hopefully this was of benefit to those of you out there wondering if you should be doing cardio.
Yeah, going off of that, I think Greg made his points extremely clear and extremely well. I agree with the majority, if not everything, that Greg says regarding cardio. Like I said, I made a video regarding cardio a couple weeks ago. Said a lot of the same things that Greg is saying here. Just wanted to make sure Greg is not spreading any type of misinformation. But this time around, he definitely didn't disappoint in his cardio masterclass. So appreciate you, Greg. Thank you for sharing this knowledge with everyone. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support in my journey. This is Evan Auga at the Astrophysique. I'll see you in the next one. Shoot for the stars.